Y aquí está nuestro invitado. Hey, Mike, how are you?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Fine, my man, fine. Thanks for accepting this invitation. My pleasure.
No problem.
Appreciate it a lot. Welcome to the Dominican Republic. Did you know you have a lot of fans here?
Yeah, I hear a lot of good things about the DR. Obviously, with Albert being my teammate, he talks highly about over there. It's great stuff.
Oh, yeah, sure. You have a lot of fans here. And there are those debates during the season. He's the best. He's the MVP, pros and cons. But obviously, we all respect your tools, what you do for the game, what you represent for the game, and what you do in the field.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Obviously, guys in front of me paved the way for me. Albert, being the biggest guy, playing with him, just means a lot. Learn new things every day. Even today, even training with him now, just his drive to, keep playing. It's obviously coming to the end of his career, but he's not telling himself that. He's preparing himself, goes about it the right way, and I'm excited.
Yes. Mike, could you please adjust a little bit the camera so your
Yeah.
camera? Yeah, there we go. So for our fans. Mike, I want to thank Albert, of course. He's been key for this time with you. As it was in Arizona one time, I also thank you for it. And this life wouldn't have been possible if not for Albert.
Yeah, obviously, like I said, Albert's been a big influence on me. My baseball career. He's taught me a lot of things on and off the field. Not just obviously Albert's an unbelievable baseball player, but he's a better person. Just the way he treats everybody, treats his fans, his family, everybody close to him. He's a big influence on my life. So.
Yeah, and there's something I would like to talk to you in this time. You came to the big leagues in 2011. You were the Rookie of the Year in 2012. But what have you learned in the big leagues, in the field and off the field? There's always experience every day, and the level you reach, of course. Could you talk with us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I think every day just trying to learn some new things, try to get better each and every day. Albert did a great job because he experienced all this before, I experienced this. And he kind of paved the way for me and kind of guided me through the process. Obviously, after Rookie of the Year, after the MVP, I could easily just get a huge head and, not go out there and try to get better. And, he always pushes me to be the best I could be. And, I've always been, that humble guy. And like I said, I think the biggest thing is just trying to learn new things and try to, pick, just one thing I can get better at that day. And I think that's helped me out, so far.
Is there things you think you have to learn yet? Do you have that hunger in you still?
Yeah, there's always things you can get better at. I think the experience over time is definitely helping me, having the experience in the league, getting to know guys, getting to know pitchers, learning my swing. I think that's the biggest thing I've learned over the last few years, which helped me a lot, is learning. I know when my swing's right, and when it goes, the season's so long, you kind of don't know. You go through, strides that your swing just goes off just a tick, and you got to get back to that, to when you were good. And I think the faster you can do that, the better you're going to be.
Have you ever feel you've been in a slump?
Oh yeah, you can ask if you ever been. You can ask all the guys. I've been in a couple. It's just, for me, it's like make an adjustment every pitch. If I foul a ball off and I don't feel right, I try to make that little slight adjustment. It's every pitch for me. And if I go 0 for 3, 0 for 4 in a game, obviously you can't. You got to tell yourself you can go get them tomorrow. And it's tough for me because I want to get a hit every time. It's tough. You're going to get out. I want to hit the ball so hard, so far, but sometimes when I do that, I get out. But I grind. I go through them. People don't see that. You can ask my hitting coaches. They definitely see that, because I'm in the. It varies each and every day. When I'm going good, it's either I get to the field, I take 10 or 15 swings in the cage, and I'm good. But there's some days I'm in there for an hour and a half, just trying to figure out and just trying to tune my swing.
Wow. And for example, in a normal day, at what hour do you arrive to the field?
Yeah.
And what kind of your routine can you tell us?
Yeah, routine. Obviously, Albert has probably the best routine I've ever seen. Just his routine to stick with it. You know, he's doing the same thing what's worked for him throughout his whole career. His obviously he's played for 18 years or whatever it was. It's a crazy number, but just I learned from him to stick with your routine. And I get to the field probably around 12:30 for a 7 o'clock game. I eat lunch. I go in the cage around 1:30, just do some flips, some tee work, and then I'll come back. I'll get in the hot tub. It depends what day it is. I might do a little workout, but I'll get in the hot tub, get a shower, and then I usually take BP in the cage. Sometimes I go on the field. It depends. Like if I want to go out there and shag and find out, if it's the first time playing in that city for that year, get to know the surroundings, and then I just hit BP in the cage. I hit the breaking ball machine. It depends. It varies each and every day. Sometimes I'm hitting the fastball machine, but I love hitting the cage because it's more controlled. You don't just have to take 5 swings and then get out. You can just, if you're you feel good, you can just leave. If not, you can still work on things. So I think that's the biggest thing for me is, what I've learned from it is just knowing my swing and, going from there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, when did you realize the league was adjusting you? Baseball was adjusting you. When did you feel it? Like they had they were looking for an answer for what you were doing.
Yeah. So when I first got called up, I struggled. I think the reason I struggled is because I was putting too much pressure on myself. I didn't know what to expect. I had to slow the game down. You obviously hear that a lot when you get up to the big leagues. The game is fast, real fast, and the sooner you can slow the game down, the better you're going to be. And it seems like every year, at the end of my year or at the end of my season, I look back and it's sometimes it is month by month or series by series. Like, hey, last series they were pitching me up, and I think the biggest thing is realizing that, and then coming up with a game plan of what I need to do to prepare myself, because when it's a big moment in that game, I know what they're going to do. They're going to throw up. I think that's big for me. Just like I said, just trying to, I wouldn't say I guess you could say I try to outsmart them. I'm trying to, I go up. My approach is simple. I look fastball the whole time and just react off speed. I've always been taught, if I sit on a breaking ball and they throw a fastball, I'm not going to hit it because I'm going to be late. So I feel like, if I can hit that fastball up the middle and then react to that off speed, I think that's big for me. But it's the game is all about adjustments. You can't succeed in this league without making adjustments. It's a grind. Sometimes a guy will be throwing 100, and then the next thing you're seeing 91, 92, and it's just nasty slider. It's just guys nowadays they got electric arms. And it's coming to a point where you're not seeing anybody throw under 95 anymore. So it's pretty impressive, but it's always fun when you're in that box because it's your box.
Yeah, our Pujols is around there, and he say hi to you, the best player in the game, and you're also a wonderful teammate. He's right there.
Yeah, Albert's the best, man. He, like I said before, he paved the way for me. He's taught me incredible amount of stuff about this game that coming in the league I didn't even know about. So, like I said, I can't thank him enough. Even this day, even when I'm working out with him, I'm asking him questions. I probably drive him crazy to ask him about all these questions. So it's but we've built a great friendship, and he's definitely helped me out a lot.
Yeah, Juan Soto is around there also. He's to say hi to you.
Soto?
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
Ramon Laureano is around there too.
Yeah, it's just Soto's he's fun to watch. He's obviously such a young player, and he's definitely built for this league.
And what's your opinion on other guys? I want to ask you that question. You're 28. I mean, you speak like a veteran because of your years in the big leagues, but you're 28 years old.
Yeah.
But there are a bunch of 23, 22, 21. Devers in Boston that just facing against the Red Sox. Eloy Jimenez, guys like Tatis in San Diego, which you play probably in spring training. What's your opinion on them?
Yeah, it's very exciting. A lot of great young talent for the league. the energy they bring to the field. I love it. You know, I love seeing them out there playing, having fun. That's the biggest thing for me. It's going out there, having fun, smiling. And I don't think I've ever seen Acuna or Soto or Tatis, you know, get mad. I think, when Acuna got hit, I guess he got a little upset. But yeah, but you know, just the joy and the excitement they bring for fans. You know, I'm a big baseball guy. You can ask all my teammates. You know, after a game, I'm looking at highlights. You know, I'm really into seeing other players, how they're doing. You know, I root for a lot of guys, like you said, a lot of young guys that are exciting for this league.
Yeah, I miss Vladdy Jr. also from Toronto and all
Oh
those
yeah,
guys.
Vladdy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy just to see how he's you know, came up, big shoes to fill with Vladdy being his father. You know, like I said, I'm just hats off to him. You know, he's a stud. So he's gonna be fun to watch in the next couple of years.
So you look for highlights from those guys? Really? Do you?
Yeah, I'm a big baseball guy, so I got the baseball app, and I'm always looking at highlights after a game, and it's just my mentality. I love baseball.
What was your reaction to that Soto homer, or those Soto homers in the World Series? What was your
Yeah,
reaction?
no, it was you know, obviously I don't really watch the World Series at all, but it was an exciting game. Just like I said, the energy, the big moments. You know, we live for this, all of us. You know, we want to be in the box when it's, you know, 3-2 bases loaded in the ninth. We want to be there. We train hard every day to be in that moment. And just the way he came through, it's obviously he's built for this. So,
Mike, is there any time where you feel pressure? Feel it, not sitting into it, but feeling the pressure.
You know, once I get on that field, I don't feel any pressure. Obviously, you can read all you want. For me, I try to avoid, you know, when I'm struggling, I try to avoid social media just to get all the negative out. Sometimes you read something that, you know, obviously they're not a fan of yours, and they try to bring you down. But you know, once I get out there, and once the first pitch, the national anthem, I'm out there having fun. I'm trying to win. I don't put any pressure on myself. I think once you put pressure on yourself, you're going to fail. You try to do too much, and yeah.
Okay. You got 3 MVPs. I mean, you've done a lot. The Rookie of the Year, with the All-Star game, and all that. But is there any of those 3 MVPs? Which one's the sweeter one? Can we name it? Can we put a label on it? Probably the sweetest one, or the one you enjoyed the most, 2014, 16, or 19?
Yeah, I think the last year's was my favorite. I wish I could have finished the year, obviously, with my foot. But I think my favorite year because I was hitting the ball far and hard. You know, I had a career high in homers. You know, I was really locked in. I think the biggest thing was just making that adjustment when I didn't feel good, and I had keys where I could go back to when, you know, when I felt cut off on my swing, or I felt too long, just trying to shorten my stuff up. So it's just I think that was, you know, probably one of the better years for me, one of my best.
You thought you were the front runner, or at any one point you thought that probably because you didn't finish the season, it could probably hurt you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely felt like it was going to be, you know, a close race at the end. Obviously, guys that play, you know, a full season, and I think I missed like a month and a half maybe. You know, guys are grinding it out. You know, with Bregman, Simeon, they all had great, unbelievable seasons. I was rooting for them. I was cheering for them. I was front row seats. We were playing them, and I got to see them play. And like I said, they had an unbelievable season.
Right. Mike, which other players do you admire? Which other players have your respect as the best of the? You're the best of the game in a consensus. Maybe you wouldn't say it, but we all say it from this side. But which players do you admire? Which players will Mike Trout pay the ticket to see them play?
Yeah, obviously I gotta get my guy Albert. He's obviously been there. You know, I obviously watched him grow up play when he was with the Cardinals. It's crazy to say that because I was young when he was playing in the league. But I'm a big Miguel Cabrera fan. Just the way his approach. You know, early in my career, I hit the ball the other way a lot, and he consistently does it with power. And I always loved his swing, and I think to be able to go back and to look at his swing, that the power he's got the right center, especially when he played it when he was with and playing in Comerica when he
Okay.
was at home, because that right center's deep. That ballpark's huge, and then there's young guys like Acuna, Soto, guys at Tatis, just very electric. You got Pete Alonso for the Mets. Just you could just tell he's having fun out there. He's a great dude, but just the energy, they bring to the field. I love energy. I love passion. I love watching somebody, and you could just tell they're having fun. They're enjoying being out there, and I'm going from that.
All right. You know who's on the chat? Jordan Barber. He's right there.
Jordan.
Yeah.
He was FaceTiming me earlier. I called him back. You don't answer the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yo le pregunté a Mike de los jugadores que admira y mencionó a Miguel Cabrera, mencionó a Pujols en primera línea, a Tatis, a Soto y demás. No puedo hacer muchas traducciones porque tengo como unos 21 minutos con Mike, hay que aprovecharlo y tengo que ser respetuoso con el tiempo. Oh, Mike, you went to the postseason in 2014 and you haven't been back since there. What are your expectations from the Angels, the team this year? And a lot of success individually, but it haven't been seduced into a team for the postseason. It's not your fault. You're just one player.
Yeah.
But how do you measure that, and what do you expect in the years to come?
Yeah. Obviously, each and every year you prepare yourself to try to get to the playoffs, try to win a World Series. I think every team that every time you're on a team, you want to win a ring. And I think that's our mentality. And, we did a great job going out and getting some guys that could really help us this year. Rendon, a couple of the pitchers that would help us. I think if I can go out there, I just got to go out there and be me. I can't try to do too much. I can't try to hit 500 or hit 300, 400. I just got to do myself and try to win ball games. I think last couple of years we've been banged up a little bit, been hurt. We got to stay healthy, and good things will come. But obviously the goal is to get back to the playoffs. In 2014, when we had the best record in baseball, it was just an electric atmosphere in the playoffs. I still feel when we played in Kansas City, I still feel the shaking when just the crowd, the atmosphere. It's just it's pretty. I can't even imagine being in the World Series. That's obviously the goal.
It's all right, Mike. You're a big Eagles fan, right?
Yeah.
You like football. You were born in New Jersey, and you went to Millville. But what is it that you like from the football, especially the players you admire, you idolized it as a kid?
Yeah, obviously a big football guy. My dad would always turn on games every Sunday. Big Eagles guy. I got to know a couple of the guys now, Carson, Zach Ertz, a couple of majority of the team, just because I go to a lot of games, just to be able to chat and talk to guys in other sports, how they prepare and their mentality. I think it definitely helps you.
You like basketball as well?
I do like basketball. I like all sports. I'm a big Sixer fan. Yeah. So, I think mainly like obviously I played all four or all three in high school. I played basketball, football, and baseball. So, obviously I'm a big fan of all of them.
So which basketball players do you idolize? Or which was your idol, if you have one in basketball?
Basketball players?
Yeah.
I like Embiid, obviously Sixers fan. Steph Curry, obviously big LeBron fan. I think the big debate with MJ and LeBron, I hear it all the time. LeBron is obviously, I didn't really I watched Jordan a little bit, but obviously now I can see LeBron in his prime, and just the way he just carries himself is just, he's the best. So, and the debate between MJ and Jordan, obviously people are going to say MJ, LeBron. It's seeing The Last Dance. You probably saw the MJ special is pretty incredible. So,
who will you pick? You will pick MJ over LeBron?
MJ over LeBron. Oh man, I think I'm picking LeBron. I don't know. Like I seen LeBron, since day one all the way up to where he is now. So it's kind of like I'm kind of, biased because I've seen him, it's our generation, and I didn't really get to see MJ as much. I go back see highlights, but watching some of the highlights, man, MJ was unstoppable. You couldn't stop him. So
But you still pick LeBron.
I don't know. I think MJ right now he's got him. I think
Okay.
LeBron, if LeBron can win some more rings, and they were on a good pace to do it this year. Hopefully they can still play, because I got some buddies that are big Lakers fans. But I think LeBron, if we had ask me this question at the end of their career, like at the end of LeBron's career at MJ, because I think if LeBron can win, one or two more, it'd be close, pretty close.
Okay. Hopefully I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'm told you like fishing. Is that true?
I do like fishing. Yeah.
Oh.
Fishing, yeah.
What it helps you like? It's a hobby, normal one.
Yeah, no,
it helps you in something else.
I think just in general, I like to be outside.
Okay.
I like hunting. I like fishing. I just think I love competition. I think that's the biggest thing, competition. It could be a board game. It could be tennis. I mean, I'm gonna go play tennis pretty shortly here. It's always competition. I'm always trying to win. I think that's the biggest thing. If it's the biggest fish, catching the biggest fish, or I don't know. Just I love to compete.
Sure, you like to compete. Even though sometimes we look at you in the field like you're quiet, right? But
yeah,
it goes with you. But right there, you give it all.
Yeah, no, I think if you get to know me a little bit, obviously my teammates can tell you this, but I'm a funny guy. Well, I try to be funny. I just try to keep everybody loose. I'm always trying to, I've always been taught if you show someone respect, they'll respect you back. And, I think that's but my mentality is in the clubhouse is staying loose. If it's joking around, just trying to keep everybody, as a family. So.
Okay. Yancen is around there. The
Siggy? I like Siggy.
He's right there. And then, can you say something in Spanish, Mike? Do you know how to say something in Spanish?
Español poquito.
Español poquito.
Yeah, I need to start learning. Like I've heard, I can understand it, but I can't really say it. Yeah, I wish. I tell Albert all the time I need to learn.
But you like Rabo, right? You like Rabo.
I love Rabo. Rabo's the best. Rabo's the best. You can ask, Robinson Cano, Albert, Encarnacion. They know the deal. Felix, they know the deal. Every time I would come to the city, they would send it to the hotel room. So.
Okay. So for you, Rabo is the best.
Rabo's the best. Yeah, by far. Love it.
Is that true that, for example, if you eat Rabo and then you hit like a double,
I'm getting it the next day. Oh, and I give the little, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You make the signal.
Yeah, because it's usually like when Cano was with Seattle, he would send it over, and I would get a double or something, or hit a home run or something, and I would I'd see him somewhere, and I'd give him the little tail like a Rabo, and then he was like he wouldn't send it over the next day. And I'll be like, let's go. I would eat it. I mean, I'm real superstitious. So it's, it's a pretty cool thing people don't see, obviously.
Have you tasted other Dominican food or only Rabo?
Albert brings in Dominican food all the time. And I love all Dominican food. It's really good.
Do you have any plans to come to the Dominican Republic?
What's that?
Do you have any plans on coming to the Dominican Republic in the near future?
Yeah, obviously, when this virus comes down, me and Jessica, and we're having a baby in August, so obviously we got to wait till after that. But Albert's been, always telling me to come down. I can stay at his house, and we're definitely looking forward to do that.
All right, Mike. Excuse me. Let me say some names that they're your biggest fans here in the Dominican Republic. And I got Teófilo El Ciervo. Teófilo, he's a fan of you. My big friend Aneuris Pimentel. Kelvin Matias lives in New York, so. New York roots. My big friend Bolivar Samuel, he loves like it. And there was somebody who told me if Mike can say my name, but it's like Rangel and
Rangel.
Yeah, and Willie Martin. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and
a lot of people here in the Dominican Republic. By the way, Mike, you're superstitious.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit on that? What I
I
mean,
mean, I can't tell you all my secrets.
but some of them.
Yeah, no, I think if it's using the same shower head in the showers, if I eat something the day before, obviously with the food, just little stuff that, if you have a good game, you like look back like, hey, what did I do yesterday? I'm gonna do today, and I try to keep it the same stuff. I just you'll see. Albert knows I got some little tricks he's always laughing at me about.
You change the bat, or you don't change the bat? For example, like changing the bat, you keep the same bat.
If I don't get a hit, I change my bat. Yeah, I keep it going. If I give it a couple at bats, but if it's a bad game, she gone.
Okay, I
Yeah.
understand that. Toughest pitchers you faced?
Shoo, toughest pitcher. I would probably have to say Scherzer is definitely my number one. Got to face him in the All-Star game. Obviously, when he got traded to the National League, it was probably the best thing for me because I don't got to face him that much. But Scherzer, I loved facing Felix when he was in Seattle. It was either I was getting him or he was striking me out. So it wasn't one or the other. So we've had great battles. Felix was probably just how he competes. I think when he's on his game, he is tough to hit. I've obviously had some success over him, for him, but when he's on his game, you can't hit him stuff. And when he's got that splitty going, that changeup, you have no chance. You walk back to the dugout and you look at Albert and you're like, good luck, because it's tough. But there's a bunch of guys now that, closer would be Chapman. Throws 100, 103 or whatever he throws. It's there's a lot of guys now that are tough. Like everybody's throwing 100. So
Yeah, and you can see him in the sixth, in the seventh
unbelievable.
inning, in the eighth inning, in the ninth inning.
If you get, sometimes a starter will throw 94, 95, and then you get to the seventh to the ninth, nothing under 97, 98.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Mike, would you play in the next World Baseball Classic?
Oh, that's a good question. Hearing a lot of good things about it. Obviously, it's supposed to be this year, isn't it? This
Next
upcoming?
year. Next year, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I've definitely considered it. It's definitely one of my goals I want to do. I talked to a lot of guys that participated in it, how much fun they had to represent their country. I haven't made a decision yet, but it's definitely one of my goals.
All right. My very good friend Vladimir Peralta. Vladimir, ya lo escuchó ahí lo que dijo Mike del Clásico. Mike, almost ending. I know, appreciate your time and thanks for that.
Yeah.
I've shared a lot. But on the human side, you're expecting a baby for August. Gonna be a dad. A lot of success, a lot of things, but a baby's coming.
Yeah, life's changing. I'm excited. Jess and I are, very excited about this baby coming. I've been dating Jess for like 14 years now, since high school sweethearts, and
Okay.
it's a big step in her life, and we're looking forward to it. It's getting pretty real now because it's coming, and he's coming in about a month and a half, or something like that. Early August is when he's due, but it's crazy with all the stuff going on, with all the virus and stuff. So we're hopefully by then it's all cleared up, and we have a smooth delivery. And obviously we're excited to become parents. It's a big step in our lives.
It's all right. Thank you, Mike, for your time. I appreciate it a lot. And hopefully everything comes good with your kid. And, that's going to be a challenge because life's changing.
It is. Life, and I've obviously, a bunch of the players have kids, and they tell me all the stories, and, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, I'm excited to meet, bring a newborn into this world. And, like Jess and I are just really excited, and like all the Dominican, fans out there, like I appreciate all the support. I'm definitely trying to make it down there. Hopefully if we play you guys in the Classic, you're still rooting for me if we're playing the Dominican, because I'm going to hear a lot about that from Albert. But like I said, I do your continued support.
Keeping the support, all right. and hopefully we can see you soon in the field playing back with MLB.
I hope so. I hope so. I'm hearing good things, and then I hear bad things. So I'm looking forward to being out there and playing. Obviously, baseball needs this, but obviously you got to be safe. You got to do what's health is first. You don't want to go out there and risk yourself. So it's a tough process, but I think we can hopefully figure something out.
Yeah, but the important thing is to be safe, as you said. You be players.
Be safe. Yeah,
health first.
Health, because we can go out there and play baseball all we want, but if we contact this virus and bring it to our families, it's a whole different story. It'll be just if we can prevent that stuff. There's going to be a risk no matter what, but if we can prevent it, I would feel terrible if I brought it home to my pregnant wife, and it's just I'm sure this stuff's way higher than my pay grade, so I'm just leaving it up to them.
Yeah, and I know the isolation thing is not easy neither. Being isolated from your family is not easy either.
Yeah, no, I think what they were saying about being quarantined away from your family for a couple months is gonna be tough.
It's all right. Vladimir Guerrero is in the house, so say hi to the
Vladdy.
Share the same number, Vladdy.
Love that, Vladdy.
Yeah, my man. Thank you. I appreciate it a
Yeah.
lot. Thanks for your time, your patience. And enjoy your golf. I know you're a good golfer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I will. I appreciate it.
See you
I'll
soon,
see you
Mike.
guys.
Thanks. And you have a lot of friends in the Dominican Republic. Bye-bye. Take care.
Sounds good. See you guys.
All right. Thanks.